Hey, gang. All right. Hi, guys.
At least I can fit that. That will like complete center.
Sue, hello. All right. So, let's see. Let me flip the camera around here.
Maybe we'll emergency. Maybe we'll look
Oh boy.
careful.
Okay. The issues with getting a brand new phone. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. Okay, there we go with that. Make sure I got all my comments on. Okay, we're good. Let's do this. Let's go say hi to some of our cats. Welcome, welcome. Daniel, hello. Daniel, I like how you follow all these videos. It is quite the help. Hello. Okay, so Dutchy Girl was out and about running around like crazy just a little bit ago. Let's see if we can find her. The product of us cleaning. Hey guys! Alright, lots of stuff in there. And Duchess Tiger seems to be sleeping, so we're going to keep moving along from there. Hello, moderators. Hello, Deb. Happy Catterday. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So, fun fact.
Are you on Facebook or TikTok?
Facebook.
Oh, is that time already?
Yes. We just started. Bridget's wondering when we're going to be going live on YouTube. All right, so we were at Small Cats. I'm going to go back over to Small Cats because we didn't see too many Small Cats earlier. And so, with a little luck, people came on over. Yep, always work to do out here. Bridget and the team just got finished on the project they were working on. I think they were doing something as far as cleaning down by the enrichment barn. Aw, look at the Tut Hut. Santa's workshop. Good morning, Deb. Norton? Where is Tutters? Tutters may be still sleeping. What's that? Oh man, Running Bear is taking over the town, huh?
He was just laying on top of one of the fake houses. It was hysterical. Bear.
Nice. Find Running Bear's audio for all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. When I sing by you, I'll sing under.
Yeah, go for it.
Running Bear was born in 1997. He was neutered and lived with Little White Dove until she died at the advanced age of 21. He pretends to be tough, but he can't help but show his silly side when enrichment is involved. Most of our bobcats were rescued from fur farms, where they were being raised to slaughter for their fur. Some were being sold at auction, where taxidermists would buy them and club them to death in the parking lot. But a few, like Running Bear, were born here in the early days when we mistakenly believed the breeders and dealers when they told us that these cats should be bred for conservation. Once we learned that this kind of breeding does not contribute to conservation in the wild, we began neutering and spaying our cats in the mid-1990s, and we became the leading advocate for focusing on preserving the cats in the wild.
Sorry, guys.
And not breeding these intelligent, magnificent animals for an unnatural life in a cage.
Bear. He's like the king of town over there. Bobcat Godzilla. right, who else is around? Hello, Cassie. Gabriel, most of the audio is sad. Some of these cats come from most of these cats come from some just horrific situations. Or situations that were about to be incredibly horrific. Get some Shiloh up here. So fortunately for all of you, the GoPro didn't fire up. Wouldn't connect to the new phone. So I can zoom in. So I guess that's cool.
Shiloh is a male bobcat born in 2008. He came from a failed facility in California in 2019, and at 35 pounds is the largest bobcat at Big Cat Rescue. This handsome bobcat is the most relaxed of the bobcats coming from that facility. He is very food motivated and is always waiting in his lockout for breakfast, his favorite time of day. Shiloh also loves enrichment, which is a program of giving treats and other objects to give the cat's mental and physical stimulation. Like his domestic cat brethren, one of his favorites is fresh catnip.
Aw, thank you,
He is
Cheryl.
also a very vocal bobcat. He makes many cute chirps and cat noises. He also loves to come out during meds time to see if the meds person just might have a treat for him.
If Dez is out, we will definitely say hello to Dez. So let's see. And as Deb's saying, you can learn about all the cats on bigcatrescue.org. And I don't know which one this is because all I see is a back. This is either going to be Moses or Bailey.
Moses is a male southern bobcat. Estimated date of birth, April 22nd, 2001. Arrived May 14th, 2001. We gave Moses the birthday of Earth Day because he was abandoned here with no note and no one to tell us what his story was. He was about 4 weeks old and near death when his carrier was discovered inside our gates in May of 2001. He knew how to nurse from a bottle, which is something that has to be learned over a 2 or 3 day period. So we had to assume that he was someone's failed attempt at a pet. With proper diet and antibiotics, he was soon well enough to be a playmate to Trick E, the Amurian leopard cat. However, he quickly outgrew this small cat. He has been neutered and now has a new playmate, another bobcat named Bailey.
And I don't see where Bailey is. Well, if I see Bailey, I will definitely do that. He does love that tunnel. All right, so let's see who else we see. Beecher, you around? Beecher. Now somebody asked earlier on the TikTok, hey, dude, do they respond to names? Beecher sure responds to names. Hey, man. What's going on? Hi.
Beecher is a male savanna cat born in 2012. He arrived at Big Cat Rescue in November 2017 after his owner surrendered him to us on his 5th birthday. She loved Beecher enough to realize that hybrid cats do not make good pets and wanted him to live as a wild cat as much as can be possible. Savanna cats are hybrid cats that do not exist in nature.
You're welcome, Kathy.
They are the cruel, man-made result of breeding a domestic cat with an African serval exotic cat. Beecher's owner researched savanna cats and even visited Big Cat Rescue before purchasing him for $15,000 from a Florida breeder called Drinkwater Cattery when he was just 7 weeks old. She didn't believe us when we said that owning hybrids does not work out for the owner or the cat. She tried to bond with Beecher and make her dream of owning an exotic-looking cat come true. She fed him domestic cat food and built him a $10,000 indoor-outdoor room in her home. She neutered him and declawed all 4 of his paws, trying in vain to make Beecher into something he was not. She was covered in cuts and scabs from his razor-sharp teeth. He wouldn't cuddle with her, and he bit her fiancé. Finally, she admitted that Beecher could never be tamed or safe or happy living as a pet. With tears in her eyes, she relinquished Beecher to Big Cat Rescue, where he will spend the rest of his days in a large outdoor habitat, being treated like the wild cat that he is.
So that is the story about Beecher. Yes, Don, not a pet. All right, so Debbie, we haven't talked about it, but the fundraiser for today is set up as the general fundraiser, right? So that's the fundraiser that goes to help us out with pretty much everything here. It helps for buying the hay that goes inside of dens. It helps for buying the food. It helps for buying the gasoline that takes care of the weed eaters and, the electricity bill that powers all of our golf carts to help us out around here. So, yep, there you go. Can we see Simba hybrid? If we pass by Simba and he's out, absolutely. Don't see. Oh, hello. You guys are in for a treat. The Beecher report will be this afternoon. Usually, if we're a little closer, he starts talking.
Pharaoh is a male white serval, born April 22nd, 1999. Pharaoh's coat is snow white, and his spots are a silvery gray. Pharaoh has 2 dark yellow spots and 1 black spot on his shoulder and hind leg. Pharaoh is very timid and only likes a few people. He is, however, always curious about passers-by. Pharaoh participates in the operant conditioning program in hopes that it will encourage him to trust more of his keepers. He is doing very well in the program and quickly learns to keep a lookout for trainers as they head out in the morning. If he is passed by, he will call out in his loud serval cry as if to say, "What about me?" Pharaoh always puts a smile on keepers' faces with his silly antics. He will burst through the high grasses of his enclosure to surprise keepers cleaning his cat-a-tat, and then quickly hop back into the grass before tearing around the corner and leaping on top of his cave den.
All right, I'm going to pause his audio. The reason is that somebody asked a question on TikTok earlier. How do we get the trees in the enclosures? Oh, man. Got to zoom out. Not used to that. So, it's Christmas tree day. Bridget gets to give a tree to her girl Smalls. Susan, I actually don't know. But very good question. Oh, man. Well, we get a whole truckload worth of trees, and this is what we do with them. So, small girl just got her tree, and looks like we may open this up and let small girl attack tree. At least I'm hoping. They're locking everything up over there. We are not conducting tours to the public yet, so this is about as close as we get to conducting tours to the public right now. So we're just waiting for them to come out. Are you guys gonna let Smalls back in? You know? Okay. What's up?
She can't stop herself.
Everybody say hi to Miss Becky.
Hi, everybody!
It's Mama Becky to me.
Actually, my phone.
And
That's like my husband bought me one of the bricks for the front a couple years ago. And I go and I look at it and I go,
yeah, due to COVID, we are shut down for tours. So let's see if, so you can see over here how she's locked out, right? So we put the guillotine door down, and then we put a metal pipe in there to make sure that she can't open the door even if she had the capability. And she is spying on everybody.
Oh no, what are they doing, lady?
See, we lock them so well, Afton can't even get it open.
I'll take that if you want. Small girl! Do you want to go to Christmas tree? Yeah, I don't trust her. Yeah, I know why.
All right, so we'll see if small girl runs on over to her tree here. Yeah, so the trees are a form of enrichment, keeps them active and running around. And then we have she has her whole entourage down there waiting for her to go see the tree. And Smalls is, well, being a bobcat.
The female bobcat Smalls is one of 6 cats rescued from Spirit of the Hills, a sanctuary in South Dakota that had their USDA license revoked due to poor conditions there. Smalls was born in 2014 and arrived at Big Cat Rescue in October 2016. Her former keeper in South Dakota told us that Smalls was dropped off at Spirit of the Hills in 2013 by people who found her drowning in a creek in Wyoming. He said she had pneumonia when she arrived and spent her first week at the vet's office. Because we were told she lived with a male bobcat, she was spayed very shortly after she arrived. While she was sedated, we removed a number of rotten teeth.
Nope, not going over there yet, huh? Too much going on? All right, we'll let you do your thing. Yes, please text CATS to 52886. Even though the bill passed the House by 2/3 majority, it still needs to pass the Senate. Now, even if you are not a U.S. citizen, please go ahead, share this video, share the message, and let people know, hey, please text CATS to 52886, and let's help save some cats. All right, so Smalls is still not on her way to her tree. Actually, she laid down on the other side of her jungle gym. So we're going to keep moving here. Let's see if we see any servals. I haven't seen any servals all morning. Hey, Sheena.
In 2003, a breeder in Kentucky shipped an 8-week-old serval kitten to a woman in Ohio who named her Sheena. The breeder's website boasts that he is still selling serval kittens to pet owners in the U.S. for $6,000 and abroad for $9,000. Fast forward 11 years. After Terry Thompson released 56 lions, tigers, and bears in Ohio, the state decided to ban the private possession of big cats, but grandfathered in the existing animals as long as the owners would build a safe cage, register the animal, and provide insurance or a bond in case their animal escaped and hurt someone. Sheena's owner was willing to register her and apparently kept her in a dog run, but was unwilling to provide insurance. She decided instead to turn Sheena over to the state of Ohio in 2014. To our knowledge, she was the first exotic cat to be surrendered to the Ohio authorities. The ban became law in 2012, and the exotic pet exploiters predicted that hundreds of thousands of big cats would be dumped on the state, but that hasn't happened. People who really love their animals will do the minimal things asked of them by law to keep them. Sheena wasn't that lucky. Or maybe she was even luckier, because when the state of Ohio called and asked if we would provide a permanent home for her, we knew that you would help us do that. Thanks to people like you, Sheena will never be abandoned again.
Story of Sheena. Yeah, they do have some really great camouflage, don't they? Especially this time of year when the leaves start to fall. Servals are nearly impossible to see. Well, that's kind of the point to camouflage, isn't it? All right. Who else do we see? Is Cricket around? Somebody asked to see Cricket a second ago, and so if somebody sees Cricket out there, let me know. And we just received a photo from Bridget's mom, Kate. Looks like they're getting some snow all the way up there in Wisconsin. Found a ginger. Was that under the sea, Andy? No. Nope. But now that's stuck in my head, so thank you.
Cricket is a female serval, born in 2001 and rescued in 2011. Cricket had been kept as a pet, but when her owners divorced, the wife decided that she didn't have time for Cricket and began looking for a home for her. We agreed to rescue Cricket and began preparing an enclosure for her with lots of places to hide and fun things to explore. She just spent...
I am so sorry. This is actually Ginger.
Ginger the serval is one of what we refer to as the Kansas Gilligan's Island cats. Ginger was kept in a cage about 9 feet by 12 feet. On one side of her, 2 cougars were housed, and on the other was an empty cage about half the size of hers. The empty cage had housed another serval who died a few months before the rescue. Sadly, the serval had become wedged in between the door panels and died. The dead serval was left in the cage for weeks before it was removed and dumped into an open pit just a few feet from the cage. Ginger was the first cat at the Kansas property to be captured. She was netted by big cat rescuers and given a veterinary exam. Despite living next door to 2 large, intimidating cats, witnessing the death of her serval neighbor, and living in complete filth, Ginger was surprisingly calm during her capture and exam and quickly adapted to her newfound comforts at Big Cat Rescue.
Very good question about names. Some of them come with names. Some of them don't. If it's a witness protection cat, sometimes we have to change their name. Usually we have to. If they don't come with names, it's usually kind of up to somebody obviously to name them. So we try to name them appropriately. So as far as that goes, that's the naming thing. So anyways, if they don't come with names, we gotta name them. So that's just kind of how it is. Kendra's in northern Wisconsin. Well, Bridget's parents are in Jefferson, so right in between Madison and Milwaukee. So that's where the snow is. How's it going? Hi. All right, so let's see if we see some mouser. It's like Wisconsin in here. All right, where is the mouser? It's been a little chilly here in Florida, so I wouldn't doubt at all if Mouser is in his enclosure and he is just not coming out. Deb, is there not a donate button? Yep, don't see the Mouser. He doesn't respond quite like Beecher, so and we don't encourage calling the cats on over, but Beecher is seems to put a smile on his face. No donate button. Weird. All right, well, I wasn't able to set this live up as I normally do, so maybe I missed something along the way. There will definitely be one on the 12/15, so if you would like to donate any amount, no amount is too small. Please watch us a little bit later on our YouTube and go and please donate. So temperature today is about 70 degrees. It's nice. I think it's just a little under 70 right now. The high today, I think, was 70. Manny.
Manny is a male jaguar born in 2006. He arrived at Big Cat Rescue in December 2017 from Omaha, Nebraska's AZA-accredited Henry Doorly Zoo. The zoo was in the process of constructing new natural habitats, and some of their current exhibits were being replaced. When Big Cat Rescue learned that the zoo was searching for a GFAS-accredited sanctuary to provide a new home for Manny and for Natalia the Amur leopard, we immediately offered to take them and became their forever home. Jaguars are the largest of South America's big cats. They once roamed the entire continent all the way north to the U.S.-Mexican border. Today, significant numbers of jaguars are found only in remote regions of South and Central America, particularly in the Amazon basin. Unlike most other exotic cats, jaguars are very aquatic and good swimmers. They have even been known to swim across the Panama Canal searching for prey. The name jaguar comes from the Native American word jaguar, which means he who kills with one leap. Jaguars are powerful hunters. Rivers provide prey in the form of fish, turtles, and caimans. They also eat larger animals like deer. They sometimes climb trees to prepare an ambush, killing their prey with one powerful bite.
Sorry, the camera's getting a little jittery. So it may have seemed like Manny was pacing there for a second, so anybody that was worried about him, don't worry. Rich is walking around cleaning his enclosure, so Manny is just keeping eyes on Rich to make sure that, Rich is behaving. All right, so as far as the donate buttons go, yes, Dawn, you can donate on the site, bigcatrescue.biz, and of course, that's awesome. You can go there and sponsor a cat too. If you donate through Facebook or through YouTube, and you can even donate, I think, right on our just main Facebook page. It all goes to the same place, right? So it all ends up over here to help these guys out. There is a great video, I think it was done by National Geographic, about a caiman that was caught by a jaguar, right? And so the caiman was swimming along, and then all of a sudden the jaguar jumped out of the tree, off the embankment, right into the water, grabbed it by its head, crushed its head, and dragged it up onto the shore. Yes, he is the most dangerous cat on property. Hands down, bar none, the most dangerous cat on property. So even though he looks cute and adorable and super soft, he has no issue with the, being afraid of people. That's not his thing. All right, straighten the camera out here real quick. There we go. So let's see if we see Nikita. Nikita was out on TikTok. I'm hoping she's still out now. I think she was a little grumpy because she was locked out of her big area. All right, she's not over there. Nick, where you at? Don't see Nikita, and that means that she's might be in one of her dens curled up. Yeah, we are getting lucky actually seeing some cats today. Oh, there she is. Nicky! Nick. No. We have a barrier wall that we built. It goes all the way around the sanctuary. Here, I'll show you. So right behind Nikki's enclosure, there's actually a wall right here, and it goes all the way around the sanctuary. And that wall's there to ensure that what's on that side stays on that side. So even when it comes to like gator and stuff like that, we don't get gator over here in this area because there's that barrier wall that goes all the way around.
Nikita was found when she was a year old in a crack house during a drug bust in Tennessee. She was chained to the wall with a short chain on a concrete floor, so she got no exercise and arrived here with huge swellings on her elbows that took months to heal. She was so thin that you could carry her under one arm. In addition to being underfed, she had not had a proper diet, so she had a plethora of nutritional issues to deal with as well. The authorities took her to the Nashville Zoo at Grassmere, but she had been declawed and could not live with the zoo's other lions. Big Cat Rescue agreed to take Nikita in, as well as 3 bobcats that all arrived in 2001. At age 5, she had become a tall, healthy adult lioness, but remained very lanky because she was a picky eater. That changed when our financial support grew to a point where we could afford the expensive ground meat specially designed carnivore diet we now use. Nikita loved it and filled out quickly to the 500-pound lioness you see today. When Nikita was younger, she was extremely playful and loved to roll on her back and grab her paws or try to do somersaults whenever visitors stopped by to talk with her. Now in her senior years, we still occasionally observe a slow roll onto her back for visitors.
I woke the queen up. Oh, and my radio's dying. All right, we might have to deal with some beeping for a little bit. Yep, she is quite a bit less in weight today as she gets older. Just like your house cat, these guys will lose some weight too as they get older. Actually, just like us as humans, we lose some weight as we get old too. So, there's Nikita. Let's keep going around here. And yes, at 12:15, we'll go live on the Daily Big Cat. And will be able to get a little bit closer to the cats as Bridget can go behind the barricade. I can't, so I give you guys the walking tours and tell you some stories about the cats as we go along. But for those of you that don't know about our vacation rotation enclosure, let me go ahead and play some audio for that as we go around to vacation here. I just got to find the audio. It's a bit of a walk, so I might as well listen to the audio.
In the wild, big cats would roam hundreds of miles. They are intelligent, active creatures who prefer to hunt at dusk and dawn, but who can see very well at night. They spend their days sleeping and getting ready for the darker hours when they reign supreme over all their domain. Unfortunately, most captive situations provide far too small a space for these big cats. And even worse, they are usually locked into tiny, concrete, windowless cells called night houses during the time of day when they would most like to be out roaming. The reason they're locked up at night is because zoos aren't open at night, and they want the cats to be active when paying guests are there. In most cases, there will be one large enclosure that the public sees, and then tiny jail cells where the cats spend days at a time, so that if it's their only day to be outside, they'll be active for the paying public. At Big Cat Rescue, the cats have far more space per cat than most other facilities. But even still, it's far too small in our opinion. That's why we built the 2.5-acre vacation rotation enclosure.
Here it is.
Each of our lions and tigers can enjoy a 2-week vacation in this open air space that has a pond, a fountain, lots of dens, tunnels, platforms, and trees to enjoy. Big cats are solitary by nature, and most of our cats prefer to live alone and vacation alone. We don't force our cats to share space or fight over food. They each have well over 1,200 square feet of space to themselves in their own cat-a-tats. But then, twice a year, they get 2 weeks vacation in this huge space. We move the cats to and from vacation via above-ground tunnels around the sanctuary. The only time there are multiple cats in the cages or on vacation together is if they've been raised together and truly enjoy the company. Anywhere that you see cats living together, they are neutered or spayed to ensure that we do not breed cats for life in cages. Even this huge vacation area is still a cage, and we do not believe that wild cats belong in captivity. We do the best we can for the cats we rescue, but the best thing all of us can do is end the trade in exotic cats by never paying to see or touch cubs.
All right, so let's see. Max was showing his face just a little bit ago, and I don't know, he may have moved by now, but let's see. If we zoom in, can we see him? His nose was sticking out of there just a little bit ago. It doesn't look like it. No. Yeah, so we saw Pharaoh earlier. Flint and Nabisco were kind of in the inside of their, well, they're always in the inside of it, but they were kind of in the inside of their block, let's say, their area. So I wasn't able to actually see them for the camera. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, one of our big missions here is the Big Cat Public Safety Act. One of the reasons the Big Cat Public Safety Act exists is due to cub petting. So I'm going to play some audio on cub petting, and then I'm going to work my way down to Amanda and see if she is out enough that we can stand back, zoom in, and at least see her. So here we go.
There are estimated to be between 5,000 and 10,000 tigers in the United States, most of them living in deplorable conditions. This is an estimate because there's no tracking of who owns them or where they are. Some are in backyards, others are used to exhibit to make money. The major cause of this large number of tigers in private hands is breeding tiger cubs to use them to make money by charging the public to pet them, take photos with them, or swim with them. Because the cubs can only be handled for a few months before they become too big, the exhibitors need a steady supply of new cubs and are constantly breeding. The cubs are of course adorable, and the exhibitors lie and tell people that this is somehow helping conservation. What the people petting the cubs do not realize is that they are contributing to a lifetime of misery for these animals. Cubs used for these photo ops and petting are ripped from their mothers at birth, which is a torment to any mammal mother and infant. There are two reasons the breeders do this. First, they want the cubs to imprint or bond to a person, not to the mother tiger. If the cubs stay with their mothers for even a few weeks, they are wilder and much more difficult to handle. Second, think about what little domestic kittens do when they are awake. They are in constant motion, testing their limbs and claws and teeth. Tiger cubs are the same. That is their natural instinct. They don't want to sit still for photos. The exhibitors spend those early weeks physically punishing the cubs when they do what comes naturally in order to make the cubs more manageable for handling. Then, when the cubs are too big to pet, there is no tracking of whether they live or where they end up. All we know is that there are thousands living in deplorable conditions. You can help by not patronizing these cub-touching exhibits and educating others about the misery this shameful exploitation causes.
I'm not seeing Amanda over here, but the reason I play this audio when walking down to Amanda is part of that trade. You're getting a lot of hellos. Yeah. Here.
Hey guys. To go over to see Amanda. She's not overly fond of people or cameras, so we're just gonna say hi real quick and then leave her alone. Amanda is one of our oldest tigers. I think she is actually our oldest tiger. Hey, yeah. As you can see, she does not really like that I'm this close to her, so I'm gonna back up a bit. It's okay, Amanda. We're just saying hi. All right, we'll leave you alone. to Andy. She gave me a good hiss.
Nice.
There you go. Don't want to bother her too much.
Cool. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, man. Have a great day. All right, so there is Amanda. Oh, I dropped my mask for just a second. Now it is buried under my face. I mean, seriously, this is going a bit much right now. There we go. We have to wear masks around the cats because cats can actually, large cats, can actually contract COVID. So as we're close to a cat, we have to put our mask back on. And as we're close to people, we got to put our masks on. So we wear our masks all the time around here. So if anybody's wondering, that's what we got going on. All right, so, oh man.
Sapphire is a female white tiger who was born approximately 2010. She arrived at Big Cat Rescue in August 2015. Her owner had received many federal law violations for improper care of the cats without consequence. But when he failed for years to comply with a very basic 2012 Ohio law that just required decent caging and registering the animals, the Ohio Department of Agriculture seized the cats and sent Sapphire and 3 other cats to us so that they would receive proper care for the rest of their lives.
Hi, Nancy.
When you hear people say they are breeding white tigers to preserve the species, that is a lie. There is no species of white tiger. The white coat is actually a genetic defect that often carries with it other defects like poor vision. In addition, white tigers in this country all descend from one white tiger brought to this country in 1960 and are horribly inbred, resulting in more genetic flaws. Sapphire is no exception. She is severely cross-eyed, a very common defect. This causes her to sometimes attack her own back legs, likely thinking another tiger is behind her.
Yep, full belly, sleeping. All right, so Arya. Saw Arya this morning. Did not see Arya just a second ago. So sorry for not letting everybody know, but no, Arya is not... Oh, wait, I see a foot. Hopefully this satisfies the Arya people's... Arya requests. Arya requests. There we go. Let's see here. Yes, feel free to ask any questions you may have. Lots of people in here follow us all the time. So there's Arya. Deb, I did get your message about Arya's and Flint's stories. I did not update my iPad. Thank you for working on that. Fail on my part. So there's Arya, just snoozing away. She'll stay in there for a few hours and then she'll come out, might jump in the pool, go up on her platform, fall asleep for a couple hours, go back in there. Okay, that was... I don't know how that happened, but here, okay, there we go. All right, so are we zoomed out here? We're zoomed out. Let's go see who else we can find. You are very welcome. I try to accommodate however I can. Oh, but so this was really cool. So this past week, it's been pretty chilly down here in Florida. Now, relatively speaking, okay, I don't want to have a bunch of people going, you guys in Florida, it's only 60 degrees. That's not cold. For us, it is. That's winter jacket level. But check this out. The leaves are actually changing color. So do big cats know their names? Some of them, actually, yes, they do. Some of them respond to do it when they want. Some of them will go ahead and not. right? So it's all on them. But yeah. So for example, if I say Jasmine's name, she won't respond. If Bridget comes over and says, Jasmine, she comes running. And even if we have to change the name, so for example, Arya was part of the witness protection program. None of us know her original name. I'm sure one or two people do. But when we changed her name, she does respond to Arya. Ears perk up and everything. Yes, it is a beautiful day here at the sanctuary. All right, so I see a Kali. Jasmine may be around. Kali is drinking out of her water, even though we provide her a clean food bowl, her water bowl. Stony. Yeah, Stony is down there. We'll check in with Stony a little bit later. So there's Kali. I have no idea where Jazzy Girl went. Has gone. Huh. Yeah, she's in there somewhere. Kali! Hi, Trisha. How you doing? Yeah, that was a bad shot from me. Yes, I think Jamie names him as well. Fun job, huh? That'd be awesome.
Kali the tiger was born in a travel trailer in the year 2000, the day after her mother and a transport full of tigers,
Morning, Edith.
leopards, cougars, bears, and wolves were dropped off at the Augusta Conservation Education, a small sanctuary in Georgia. The founder of the organization rescued over 300 animals in the 20 years that he ran the facility, but in 2014, with his life complicated by a bitter divorce, he could no longer continue and began placing the remaining animals elsewhere. Most of the animals at Big Cat Rescue were mistreated before coming here. Kali was much luckier. She was well cared for. Most cats that arrive here quickly show signs that they're happy to be here, glad they are no longer being mistreated. Kali was different. When Kali first arrived, she was depressed. She would spend the entire day sulking atop her platform. At dinner time, she would come down to eat, but would then immediately go right back up to her perch. Perhaps she missed her former owner and former home. But a few weeks after her arrival, Kali made a complete turnaround. Now she bounces up to the keepers, chuffing all the way, plays with her toys and enrichment, and loves lounging in the tall, soft grass. Thankfully for Kali, she will never have to worry about being moved from her home again. Big Cat Rescue will provide her with a stable and loving home for the rest of her life.
So there's a story, Kali. Wow, lots of talk about Stony, huh? All right, so the question in here real quick, hold on. Susan, aside from the lives, do you still do other volunteer work at the sanctuary, Andy? Right now, not really. Last week, because of all the stuff that was going on, I ended up working on a project. And then this week, back to the lives. And, I feel that the lives are almost just as important as the rest of the work that we do here. The reason is that you have us volunteering and working here at Big Cat, but we also have all of you, all our supporters, and all the people that really care about the cats beyond Big Cat. And so, I think doing the lives is crucially important to, the supporting the cats, but also supporting all of you and letting you all know that we care. So as far as that, yeah. So Stony needs a bio page. Maybe after the holiday season's done and I shut my wood shop down for a little bit, I will go ahead and write Stony's bio up, and then we'll do a fundraiser on Stony. You gonna follow me? You gonna follow me around? Yeah, maybe? No, going back that way. Okay. All right, so other questions? Sorry, I keep stopping to read the questions. You guys have some good ones today. Didn't see the live. Let's see here. No, Howard is not nearby anywhere. The lives are necessary for tours. Yes, I wholeheartedly believe that. And then, okay, good. All right, here we go. Big cat rescue right now, maybe about half of our enclosures are actually being utilized. So we actually still have a lot of space here. So right now we are at about 50 cats. You are all very welcome. I'll keep doing the lives as long as I'm allowed. It's like tree patrol is going here. All right, so let me check my time here because I don't want to go too far over. Okay, so here is Simba. Hey, man. Oof, 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 oof. Ooh, thank you. Yeah. Glad I looked up and saw him hitting the tree and not me.
Simba the tiger was rescued from the circus in Guatemala. We believe he was born in 2010. He came to us with 2 other male tigers, Max and Kimba. At the circus, these tigers were fed chicken feet as their primary diet. This does not give them the nutrition they need. Many circus tigers are very closely related due to inbreeding, and they often suffer spinal deformities from the lack of nutrition, inadequate ability to move around, being forced into unnatural poses for circus acts, and being so inbred. These 3 tigers all have arches in their spines that we do not see in our other cats. In the circus, the full-time living space for these circus tigers was only about the size of a queen-size bed. Because it is such a cruel life, 27 countries ban circus acts that use wild cats. In the U.S., there are 7 states and 149 other localities in 39 states that have passed various restrictions or bans involving the use of wild animals in circuses. The circus was banned by law in Guatemala thanks to efforts made by Animal Defenders International. Hermanos Ponce Circus resisted turning over the animals, but ADI eventually managed to get them to relinquish their tigers. ADI cared for the tigers in a temporary facility, while Big Cat Rescue worked to obtain the import permit needed to bring 3 of them, Simba, Max, and Kimba, to their permanent home here. They finally arrived on November 25th, 2019. Of the 3 tigers, when they arrived at Big Cat Rescue, Simba proved to be the extrovert in the group. When the door of his travel crate was opened, he exited enthusiastically and headed right for one of our large cylindrical toys and started playing with it.
Hey, my chuff's gotten better. I think by the comments, if we voted, it has improved. It was pretty bad there in the beginning. But Simba responds. Yeah, so the enclosures are actually really big. And so Simba gave you, kind of a tour of, I think, about 2/3 of his enclosure. And then Kali has the section that's right next to Simba here. He's like, hey buddy, I could go for like some steak, some chicken. You got some treats? Yeah, so as far as his enclosure, you're only seeing a small part. All right. So we're moving along here. Thank you very much, Deb. My phone is telling me that it's weaning down on power. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to walk down here and do the little end speech thingy. And then after that, Bridget and I are gonna get together get everything going and set up for the Catterday Walkabout. Now, if you haven't participated in the Catterday Walkabout, thank you very much, Nancy. All right, so if you haven't participated in the Catterday Walkabout is over on YouTube, dailybigcat.com at 12:15. Now, here's the thing. I set up the event again. So if you go over there at dailybigcat.com, you're going to see a pending event for 12:15. If for some reason, like 5 minutes or so go by, and we are not live at 12:15 or 12:20, refresh the page, just go back to Daily Big Cat, and you will see the live there. Sometimes it's a little weird when I set it up ahead of time. Okay, so just a heads up on that. Last time we had like 60 people waiting for like half an hour, but we were live. All right, looks like Duchess is walking around. Jamie, we have all the information that you have. That she's healing up, and that's pretty much it. So haven't heard too terribly much. We obviously wish her the absolute best when it does come to this whole thing. Thank you, Michelle. That's kind of the goal here, is to get everybody just to learn a few things about these cats and how awesome they are. And so let's talk about the big issue of the day. So if you are new with Big Cat Rescue, here is the mission, our big mission here.
Today you've heard story after story of these magnificent animals being abused or abandoned. They're estimated to be 10 to 20,000 big cats, mostly living in deplorable conditions in private hands. These animals belong in the wild, not in backyards and roadside zoos. The laws that claim to ensure a humane existence for these animals just don't work. As one example, the USDA rule for the minimum space for a tiger cage is what you see on the sign on this circus wagon. Make normal postural and social adjustments with adequate freedom of movement. With this rule language, the owner of a tiger doesn't know how big a cage has to be. And an inspector, many of whom are veterinarians and really do care about the animals, doesn't know when to cite someone for too small a cage. So almost no one ever gets cited, and tigers spend their entire lives in tiny, concrete-floored prison cells. Florida does specify how big the cage has to be, and is one of the more generous state laws. In Florida, you can keep 2 500-pound tigers in a 10 by 24-foot space, like this memorial plaque area, slightly bigger than a parking spot, on a concrete slab. This would be like keeping your domestic cat in a 3-foot-long dog carrier for their entire life. The only way to stop this abuse is a federal ban on private ownership. It's not often in our daily lives that we get to do something that really makes a difference, but you can today. We have a federal bill that would end private ownership and the abuse of cub petting. The bill will pass if members of Congress hear that enough of their constituents care about this issue. We make it very easy to do. If you are a United States resident and you have a cell phone, please take it out now. To show your support for the Big Cat Public Safety Act, and to urge your elected officials to do the same, text CATS to 52886. Message and data rates may apply. You'll receive an automated response containing a link to our campaign page.
Take screenshots.
Click the link and follow the prompts.
Send them to your friends.
Call of the wild today before you leave the sanctuary. Our goal is to get this bill passed before the next plaque marking the death of one of the mistreated cats you met today goes up on this memorial wall. If you are willing, this call is truly the most meaningful thing you can do to help us stop the mistreatment of these amazing animals that deserve so much better. Last, thank you very much for coming to visit us today and for supporting the cats with your tour fee, gift shop purchases, donations, and calls to Congress. Does anyone have any questions before we go inside?
All right. So, as I mentioned earlier on TikTok, yes, the bill passed the House, and I see a few of you are mentioning that as well. It still needs to pass the Senate. The tough part is that the Senate has a Republican majority, which means that we need to show them, our senators, that this is a big issue and they should care about it. Because after all, our elected officials should be serving us. So, not to make it political or anything, but here's the deal. We have to make these calls. So, as far as this thing goes, text CATS to 52886. I'll flip the camera around real quick. Take a screenshot. Please text CATS to 52886. And it's super simple. You're going to get a text message back. It's going to have everything in there that you need to do. And then since it is the weekend, go ahead, take a screenshot of that too. All you have to do is just say this in a message. Now, one call is worth about 100 signatures. So please go ahead, make the call. It shows that you're going out of your way and you would really like this to get done, right? So as far as what else you need to do to get it passed, let's see here. Well, since it did pass the House, that was a big hurdle for us. So now we just need to get to pass the Senate. So please contact your senators and even your representatives, because they will still bug the senators. But please go ahead, make that call, and let's get this thing done. Even if it doesn't want to be brought to the Senate floor, if enough people are supporting it, it will be. So please, please, please make those calls. Let's get those votes and let's get this thing passed. So let's get on that. Anyways, about 12:15, in just a little bit here, Bridget and I are going to go live. And let's see, so we got about 12 minutes over on YouTube. It's already set up, so if you go on over to dailybigcat.com, you're going to see the live link there. And again, if for some reason it doesn't pop up about 5 minutes after or so, just go to dailybigcat.com again, and you will be able to see our live. Anyways, so that is about it for me today. I will see you guys in just a couple minutes with Bridge over at dailybigcat.com. See ya.